Alright, let's do a bit of an audio check. Can you hear me? How's the game coming through? I'm assuming at least one of you there is capable of expressing yourself in a fashion that will be functionally useful to me. It's time to hunt. What time is it? It's time to hunt. Alright, so I want to be able to have my little side of it at full screen. Alright, so one of you critters, if you're capable, tell me if it's the audio's coming through. I feel like maybe the game audio's a tad loud on my end, but I'm not sure how it's gonna do for you guys. Time to hunt. Such a good game. Alright, so we'll just give it a few more seconds. I think I'm still on time. This is such a good game. Such a good game. I'm looking forward to this. This is a fun time for me. I get to have some Gabe fun. Alright, look, any of you in the chat at the moment? Matthew, you said moo. Are you able to say something productive? It's time to hunt. This will all go on the highlight reel for if such a thing ever existed. Just me sitting here talking to the empty air going. Still good. I don't know, maybe I'll just ignore you kids for a second, see if I can hear it on my end. This will all go on the highlight reel for if such a thing ever existed. Me sitting here talking to the empty air going. Still good. Alright, listening to it on my end, I feel like the game could even be a little bit fuck you fly. There's just one fly in here. I fucking hate that. It just always happens. I have no food in here. There's just a fly. God, that annoys the shit out of me. Alright, we're starting. I love eat this, you scumbags being like... I like scum and bags being two separate words. To me, it's always one word. Okay, so starting out, I'm going to go with Major D. Schaefer, who is actually Arnold Schwarzenegger's character of Dutch from whatever the thing is called. Alright, so it's not capturing MAME. Alright, there we go. So looks like I can only do it this way. Okay. So I am Major Schaefer, who is Arnold Schwarzenegger's character from the Rad Predator movie, except now, in order to get better at like punching various alien monsters, he's attached fucking metal bits to him, one of which is a gun. So this is one of the great sort of openings to any of these fucking games. I mean, you are just dumped in it. Like, you're there, you're minding your own business, killing aliens. Predators show up to help you kill aliens. Shit, there we go, Super Magazine. And you're basically given, you're just sort of dumped in the deep end. And given a real just rough sort of introduction. Great little moments of plot. They use punch to switch on lights, but look, I'll give him that. Jump out of the way there. So, the first thing that you'll probably notice about this is characters all have a gun. Which really plays into how each of them sort of feels different. And that's probably one of the real things that I want to point out with something like Alien vs. Predator is all the characters, with the exception of the two Predators, feel the same. I mean, look, that's fine. Oh, look, piss off. Yeah, that's right. RKO through boxes, bitch. How dare you? How dare you interrupt my eating sausages? All right. You got half a second. All right. Is there anybody in the chat? Is there anybody capable of saying... Oh, fuck. There you are. All right. So my chat fucking thing on my phone was just not fucking showing what you were saying. Marvelous. Fuck. Every fucking time I do this, there's some weird fucking thing. Like, I sit there on my phone and I go, okay, show me the top chat so I can see what's going on. Alright. No game sound. Yeah, alright, I'll turn that up a little bit, because it was a bit quiet. So hopefully now you'll get a little bit, maybe a little bit more. I'll try and go down a bit. Alright, about there-ish. Clicked off of it. Cutscenes in this game, man. Get cutscenes. Alright, so obviously being Arnold Schwarzenegger, Schaefer is the slow grappler character. So he's got a space clearing grapple attack, a front grapple, kind of like Hagar's backdrop. And he has the big damage leaping powerbomb, which I fucking love. I love the idea of doing a leaping powerbomb to like these things. I love the idea of going, looking at like an alien and going, I gotta grapple that. They're like the last thing you'd ever want to get fucking remotely near. Alright, so naturally with the grappler, you want, the whole point of them as a character archetype is slow, big damage. And then you'll have other character archetypes like a quick little ninja girl and stuff like that. And the whole point is that none of these characters will be perfectly sort of, situated for every... That was a bad choice of timing for the fucking... fuck you. These stalkers are the ones that were in Alien 3, if memory serves, which originally was going to be a terrier in a costume. There's weird stories behind the fucking... Fuck off, fuck. So, you'll notice that Schaefer doesn't have much in the way of jumps. You actually have to hold up and push jump to get him to do a jump. They've really leaned into the idea of making the characters quite different in this, which is one of the reasons why I fucking like it. Right, let me just pause that for a second. Alright. Let's put the chat somewhere where I can see. Oh, I don't even need it on the fucking phone because I'm using the goddamn thing. I'm an idiot. Alright, there we go. Yeah, Dutch would powerbomb everything. Alright, so Dutch. He's the, grappler character, and you'll see the, it's kind of that basic sort of human thing of big and heavy, lots of damage, lots of health, small and fast, better movement, usually better attacks, but can't take a hit. And that's effectively, you've got Dutch at one end, and he's the big powerbomby character, and you've got Lieutenant Lynn Kurosawa down the other end, and you've kind of got the Predators in the middle, where they've got a little bit more of a balance between, the damage output and speed. So the Predators have good speed. Like, they're good, but they don't do quite as much damage, and they're not quite as fast as Lynn. And Lynn, I actually really enjoy using Lynn in this game, which is, again, generally how I rate a brawler is, do I want to always just play the grappler because I enjoy grappler characters? Because lots of games can have a fun grappler character. That's relatively easy. Making a brawler where the systems work together well enough to make me want to play as not the brawler, that... Alright, come here. No, come here. Look. I wanted to... Eesh. Alright, so that's another thing. This game gives every character lots of moves. So you've got down up to do like the Shoryuken with gun. From the grapple, like you can multi-hit. Fuck off, stop that. That's gross, that's disgusting. No. Tantrum. Well, the thing is, the idea is jump with Schaefer is not something you're really meant to do. And that's the point. The approach to the characters is, good in the sense that not every character has access to the same thing. And that's kind of something that I want more games to do, is to be a little more bold in how they restrict. Because if you let every character have every upgrade and everything, then you don't have difference. Like restriction is the thing that creates difference. So, you can jump, but if you tap jump normally with Schaefer, you get the dash. That does multiple hits by itself, and then if you add like punch on the end, you get the dashing clothesline. Give. So that's another great clearer, and it moves Schaefer as well. So it's kind of a... so characters also have like a low sweep, which will OTG, and it's good for things like the face huggers and chest bursters, which we'll encounter later. The gun has a limiting factor too, which is the overheat. So you'll notice that there's a lot more, there's a lot of, it's coming. Part of what brawlers are fundamentally very, very repetitive, and repetitive in a way that can get very noticeable and very unfun very fast. So part of really the first thing you need to think about when you're designing one, and one of the things that Alien vs. Predator does so well, is by adding these extra things. So characters aren't just punch, jump, and some kind of tantrum attack. There's, punch, jump, tantrum attack, sweep attack, dash attack, jumping attacks, grapple attacks that have a lot of variety internally, and the gun. Yeah, the gun factor. So already, now that you've got 8 or 9 things, your 8 or 9 things give you way more sort of constellations by which you can make them interact. And, by keeping Schaefer fundamentally grounded, as in not giving him a fucking... fuck. I'm not very good with Schaefer, though. That's the funniest thing, is alright, well, we'll do some more with Schaefer, because I still want to talk about, now, another thing in this game is every character has a weapon. So, Schaefer's got his big arm, Kurosawa's got, get amongst it. Kurosawa's got a sword. The Predators have, the, whatever the fuck, Predator weapons. The arm that's the prosthetic will change constantly because this is an old game. It's from 1994. Actually, it is the birthday of this game tomorrow. So that's a fun little bit of happenstance. Turns out that this game was released on the 20th of May, 1994. So I think it's about 26 years old. Stuff like this too. Back in 94, this was, just great. Cutscenes, extra sprites, lots of work. And then little fun stages like this where it's just let's shoot. And they even go to the effort of having internal logic as to why you can just shoot. It's because you're on top of a moving APC, so it keeps the gun cool. No, fuck off. No, stop. So the boss of this stage is actually that arachnid. So you gotta kind of stop it. Oh, yeah, got him. So now there's a constellation of a lot more stuff that you can sort of tease strategy out of. So the end result now is characters that you can't play the same. Yeah, I do love the idea of xenomorphs having to go back home and explain that just a buff dude powerbombed them. The image in my head of an alien warrior having to, communicate via pheromones a powerbomb to the queen. Then there's the amount of weapons you can pick up that obviously go into, the lore and things like that. So things like the Predator disc, great, because they're really good. They're really good weapon, but if you're doing anything at all when it comes back to you, you'll miss catching it and it just shoots off into nowhere. So, you know, again, everything, variety, internal variety makes the otherwise, repetitive element of a brawler, you know, go away. Oh, fuck, see, I missed it. But it's okay, because I have a rocket launcher. Rocket launchers, all the weapons do different things and function differently. So the rocket launcher explosions create those big AoEs. RKO. And then there's the flamethrower, nice little long run. And so, you know, you'll see as I move around with Schaefer, you know, the value of getting close is that I can get off not only an attack that does significant damage to one alien, but it clears space. So again, there's, you know, I gotta move my big, hey, fuck you, buddy. I gotta use my big beefy dude to get close. The enemy variety in this is really great too. Like, you know, we got, you know, the affected. All right, and this is where the down, forward, and jump gives you the little sweep. And you got to use this to now the yeah, they don't do a lot of damage by themselves, obviously, but they, you know. Oh, fuck off. Yeah, the Infectoids are great, because, I mean, A, they do that, but, like, you know, you can, with other characters that have, like, less active, like, the thing about Schaefer's gun is it does a fair bit of damage. You can shoot bits of them off, and they'll just keep coming, which is, again, a lot of fun. Kill the... let's fucking fly. Hey, I got a free gun. I love that sound. I'll powerbomb an alien through an egg. Yeah, like that. Well, that's, you know, the idea is the humans in this are androids, or, you know, cyborgs. So Schaefer's been modified. All right, so I'll give one of the Predators a go. Where are we? Yeah, so it's the Predator Hunter. So the Predator's gun is obviously the cool Predator gun. Now this thing runs out of fucking... Now obviously you can see this Predator has a built-in weapon. Your offensive capability is severely reduced if you get knocked down, because you can drop this weapon and it'll start flickering, and if you don't get it before it fades away, it's gone. So you lose your fucking weapon. They have different dialogue per character, which is nice, and yeah, different attacks and different approaches. So, you know, his DP is just a classic, you know, DP. His jump is very far, and you can do sort of like all these, you know, extra attacks as you go. And yeah, so their gun doesn't do a lot of damage, but it is a fantastic space clearer. See, I've dropped my weapon. There's my little AoE. There's another AoE where you can, like, jump into the air and, like, shoot the blast straight down. I'm going to figure out how to get that to come out reliably. So, yeah. They can't carry aliens around, like Schaefer can walk around with them, so the two Predators, they have a jumping a slam. One Predator has one that does a bit more damage than the other. But yeah, they don't have the, you know, grappler ability to move around with them, which is something that they kept going with Floyd in Streets of Rage, which I liked. No, you can't play as an alien. This is Alien versus Predator. We're playing as the good guys, which are the humans and the Predators. Yeah. And so characters will have like a mash attack, for if you get him in a grab. Oh, motherfucker, fuck you. So you get a bit more damage, but obviously you are stuck there. Yeah, so things like the Predator's, you know, laser, great for dealing with things like the, you know, the fucking blocker, because they're annoying as shit. Look at it, just stands there. Yeah. Like, you can't block, like, a fucking, whatever that is. You know? You just can't. That's ridiculous. But I mean, aside from that, you know, you've got more than just the usual... Get away from me. Yes, you've got more than the usual jab knockdown routine, which, you know, you've really got to have in the modern day, because now games have to be actually fun. They can't just be designed to take your money away. This super fucking thing, yeah. I don't know where I'm fucking shooting, but... Whee! Ah. Dang. Yeah, different continue screens for different characters too is another one. Alright, so now I'll go to the Predator Warrior. Oh yeah, there we go. Maybe Predator Warrior is the one that has like the... So the Predator Warrior does, I think, a little bit more damage than the Hunter. I think that's his fucking shtick. Yeah, he doesn't have like a true DP. He's got like that flying kick, which isn't bad actually. Hey, it burns when I pee. That sounds difficult. Should probably get that checked. Yeah, but he's got that kind of, you know, the ability to create space, to juggle. So yeah, the other... yeah, I didn't mind River City Girls. It sort of fell into the trap that, what is it? Scott Pilgrim did, where it was so heavily into the RPG elements, and there just weren't enough villains. There weren't enough, like, enemies. Because I just found that you were doing so much of the same stuff over and over and over again. And it got to one point with one of the bosses, and I just stopped giving a shit. Yee! I wanted the gun, damn it. Fuck off. Stop it. Stop it. Ouch. Damn it. Yeah, this is a little sloppy. So now I'm going to be Lynn Kurosawa, who I love. Okay, so Lynn's got the best gun in the fucking game. Like, so part of how they, you know, make up for the fact that she, you know, doesn't have a lot of health and stuff like that is they give her a great sidearm. She has like an actual, you know, jump. She has a dash attack that you can chain into your normals, and she has a charge attack to make up for the fact that she doesn't have. Yeah, so she has that instead of like a grapple because she doesn't have any true grapples. But like, so with Lynn, you know, you can. Oh, I was down there. With Lynn, yeah, you can basically be on top of people. I'm not coming to the States, no. I mean, for a lot of reasons, man. Yeah, like, don't get me wrong, River City Girls is good, but I mean, what I mean is River City Girls, Scott Pilgrim, you know, to a degree, things like Mother Russia, like, they were all more modern approach to brawlers, which aren't bad, but River City Girls got really goddamn repetitive, and the enemies just took ages to go down, so you're just there and that was even after I'd completely upgraded them. And that's the problem is, like, once you bring in like you know, an economy and an upgrade path, then you have to make sure those balance well. you know, a big part of these games should be moving through a fair amount of, like, enemies. Yeah, I'm not, like... But, yeah, so and then, like, just when you think, like, so it's like, alright, yeah, I've just defeated all the fucking, you know, aliens. And it's like, oh shit, we've got, like, shitty fucking humans being dicks. I love the little sound bites, like, oh, right. And, you know, the enemies Hadouken. So, yeah, you can chain her dash sword attack to the... Son of a whore. I just kicked a fucking gun out of the air. So yeah, like her combo ender. Oh fuck! Her combo ender is a sword slash, and you can double those sword slashes up, which is a lot of fun. But just honestly, strategically, so much. There's just so much you can do with Lynn's gun because it has probably the most forward spray out of anything. You know, so already we've had, like, a fairly significant phase shift in terms of enemies and what we're dealing with. So it's like, just as we're starting to maybe think we've punched a lot of goddamn aliens, it's like, yeah, you've punched a lot of aliens. Here's a bunch of Marines to fight. And it's like, oh. You know, again, that... you know, the whole game really smacks of effort and care. You know, there's an evil fat guy. Just, it's got everything. I do love the way, like, aliens and Marines... look, no, I want... and see, like, now we're playing a fucking shooter. Oh, yeah, and you can, if you pick up the other guns, it gives you ammo. Fuck you. God damn it. That is one thing. I don't like the way you... Man! You drop your sidearm when you're picking up a new... Like that. Ow! So yeah, as you can see, you're meant to really sort of, you know, not be playing... double dash. So yeah, her jump kick lets her re-jump. And the down stab will launch dudes, and you can actually launch them up and catch them into a throw. No enemies going for their guns. Ow, fuck you. Get out of my life. Yeah, I mean, see, like, Rogan, that's what I mean, like, you know, both the girls in River City Girls are the same character, basically. You know, there's next to no fucking difference. And again, like, the repetitive... this guy is hard. So, see, here's an example of where, you know, armor... Ow. Ow. You know, makes sense. That's the other thing, too. So, Lynn's gun, rather than having a cooldown, has a reload. That's quite quick. And so that's, you know, she's got the best gun in the game. So that's another clue that you're supposed to sort of, play her a little bit more, keep away. Damn. Gotta hit him in the dick. Okay, we'll look to the major a bit. Ooh-wee! Yeah, this is the classic Whale and Yutani routine of like, just we're gonna turn aliens into, you know, an army, maybe. I mean, I can understand looking at the aliens and being like, you know, it's like what we do with snake venom and shit. It's like, oh, look at that thing that does something interesting. We should learn how it, you know, uses chemistry to construct these complex fucking things. That would be useful. Using them as just science or something, all right, fine. But I mean, like, you know, imagine, what are you gonna do with aliens? Are you gonna use them as like, you know, just to clear out a fucking planet? Because then you just have aliens to deal with. That's... I pity you for having to fight Cyber Arnold Schwarzenegger. I love the fact that you can, like, get ammo for the guns off of these guys. It's just such a neat... care and attention went into this. Knife. Alright, come here. Who wants to be powerbombed? Ow, fuck you. That's very rude. Now, you'll notice how every other character lost their weapon, and obviously, one of Major Schaefer's advantages, or little things about himself, is that he can't, because it's his arm. Ugh. The bomba! Come here. I powerbombed him into bullets! This is the best. Yeah, so... Oh, yeah, that's right. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Hey, alright. Bonus stages. That's just a little bit of fun. But, yeah, basically, if you don't get it done, you get slammed into the ceiling and you lose health. Fuck yeah. That's exactly what I do when I destroy an elevator. It's just... I'm not allowed at my mum's flats anymore, you know? They're real dicks about that. Don't fucking hit me with a gun. That's not how you gun. Tantrum. Yeah, but I mean, if you're gonna nuke aliens from space, you can just nuke people from space. If anything, it's probably easier. I mean, I wouldn't trust nukes to deal with this problem. They could be underground, you know? They could be fucking, you know, for all we know, they're radiation proof, so they'd have to get hit by the shockwave. I mean, it just... It's a bit like, it's the same as like, you know, Blade Runner, where it's like, oh, what are we going to do? Oh, well, we're going to breed perfect, like, replicants that are like people, and we're going to use them as slaves. And it's like, somewhere in that breeding process, you could put a chip in them, or you could, like, just change the DNA or something, to have them not, you know, be upset about being a slave. There were comics for Aliens vs. Predator. Yeah, this is a Gabo-only stream, because Aaron's sick, so I usually do a little bit of fill-in if Aaron's not able to do something. Oh, now it's all, help me, Robot Arnold Schwarzenegger, and before it was, no, please don't powerbomb me, Robot Arnold Schwarzenegger. Major Schaefer with the tactical observation skill that got him where he is today. Aliens have escaped. Powerbomb. I remember the PlayStation one. no, that was Alien. That was Alien Trilogy. No, I didn't really play much of the... How dare you? How dare you? Oh no, Aaron's not COVID sick. He's just... His body's a collapsing mess. It's just, you know... There's always something new wrong with Aaron. That's just, you know... Well, yeah, but I mean, it's okay to make slaves that look like humans, but you don't need to program them with the ability to be upset about being slaves. Like, that's the demented bit. Like, there's an Onion article that I love that some scientists teach gorilla that it's going to die one day, and that is basically, you know, what Blade Runner is. It's like, could just not have taught it. I don't know, maybe. Might have played this on Let's Drown Out, I don't. It would have been pre-recorded, so I don't really remember. Power Bomba! I always get it after I've been hurt so much that it's just... Fuck off. Look, go away. I hate... Look, fucking... The blockers, they just sit there and they ruin whatever it is you had planned. It's very fucking annoying. Just need to fucking clothesline him. I need coconut salad. Stat. Oh, fuck you. Overheat, overheat. Neckbreaker. Alright, now I'm remembering how to fucking use Schaefer. More clotheslines. That's... Because you need something that gets you out of sticky situations. And that little slide to clothesline is boom, boom, and that does a lot of hits, and it gets through the blockers. Pew, pew, pew. Is it a blocker? It is. It's a fucking defender. I don't know. Probably a lot. Like, that replicant Aaron would probably cost a lot of money. Oh, yeah. And then we run across a predator that's been infected and is going insane. Yeah, he's tough to deal with because he does not like being thrown. I'm going back to Blasto Larry. He's also, like, he's kind of basically Relento. I found. Ah, fuck you, buddy. Oh, the DP. Fuck you. Not allowed to throw me. That's against Predator rules. You know, I'm wearing high vis and everything. Damn it. I was trying to get a jump attack after that. Woo, bogey. Gotta stop being near him. Like, giving them whole separate animations and stuff for, you know, when they've lost their weapon. Again, just lots of fucking effort, you know? Body splash. Ah, body splash onto the fire. Come here. Hey, hey, hey. Ah, the rapid punch. Where are you? Your hunt's over, Mad Predator. It's okay. I'll tell your ugly Predator children that their dad died. The father died doing what he loved, being an infected little bitch. Yeah, I want to start like, you know, a Beatles-style rumor about like Aaron died and we replaced him. And we've just been doing that constantly, actually. That's why he always forgets things. I'm constantly having to tell the new Aaron, you know, how to get things done. I mean, look at this. Like, they didn't, you know, effort like these cutscenes and stuff was just not something that arcade games did, because these weren't there to show you these great stories. It was there to kill you and make you pay more money to play for longer. Committed Sudoku. Yeah, now the Predator Hunter is angry. Now this is personal. I got frisbees now, bitch. And that's the great thing about the frisbee is OP, but like you've got to think about how you use it, because if you so much as throw a punch while that thing's coming back to you, you've lost it. That's it. You know, it's not unlike a real frisbee in that regard. It's just there it goes. See, there it is. See, fucking, I got sprayed in the back by acid, and now I don't have my fucking frisbee anymore. So really, the rules with a brawler is you can never give your characters too many fucking things. Like, you just really can't. I mean, maybe God Hand, but like... Ooh, lobster. Now you just hold down the shoot button. I mean, like, it would have made the fucking weapon broken if it did a lot of damage, but it's a shame, because you just want to, you know... Because basically, it OTGs so fucking well, like, so you just sort of... If you need space, or you need, like, just, you know... Just a bit of U-time, I think. Like, the shoulder-mounted fucking laser is a great source of U-time. So, okay, like, the Hunter, like Lynn and other ones, they have a slide attack too, but they don't have, like, a follow-up like Schaefer does. Schaefer's clothesline follow-up is just a great addition to all of his attacks. Oh, look, really? Fucking really? No, no. I have had just about enough of you racists. Ah, oh, piss off. Body slam. Yeah, what? Fucking Predator, I don't know body slams? Fuck you. More of these dudes. No, turn around. The way the infected say kill me as they get up is just fucking great. Oh yeah, so I'll show you. So yeah, you can blast bits of them to pieces and they still walk around. No, fuck off. No, bad touching. Alright, look. Afraid we're just going to need to leave. Leave Mr. Predator alone. Kill me. It's so fucking good. These are some high health infectoids. Yeah, go fucking be dead. Alright, these are lasers. They suck. I know why they have to put these things in... oh, look at that. I got past it. The fastest you can get by those, just the better. Just anything. Go away! Where? Who's... Die, die, die! Naturally, while you're doing things, they try to get around behind you. The one good thing about, like, sort of stage hazards is they should hit the things you're fighting as well. There's, you know, I don't mind if the warriors are capable of crawling under them, but I fucking hate it when stage hazards just don't hit. force. Hot swapping guns. Don't spit. It's fucking gross. Fucking Goodna kids. Cheese! Explaining cheese to predators. Alright, so it comes out of a cow. So it's meat. No, not exactly. It's like this fucking boob mucus they give to their young. And then we were like, you know, there's not a lot of food around at the moment, so may as well suck this thing's tits. Yeah, I like the way they store themselves. You know, for like, oh, now look. How'd you even get in there? What the fuck? I've never seen, oh, holy shit. I got blanker balls. Literally never seen that before. I've played this game so many fucking times and I've never seen the blanker ball. See, okay, now this is why this is one of the best brawlers ever made. Bar none. People all talk about, like, Battle Circuit is really good. Battle Circuit, I'm pretty sure came after this. And I need to say something. Streets of Rage 2 is a great brawler. The original one, Streets of Rage 2 is a great brawler for the fucking Mega Drive. It doesn't hold a fucking candle to most arcade brawlers. And anyone saying, fuck off. Anyone saying otherwise is drunk and stupid. The music is great. That absolutely I won't take away from it. But it is not... No. Ugh. Why won't you hit? I wonder what Predator for sure you can it is. Piss off. Alright, let's go back to a little more Kurosawa. Fuck yeah. Yeah, so most characters will throw the other weapons. I've got fucking Super Magazine. I haven't been using it. Whew! So the great thing about Lynn is you can empty a magazine and then just reload in the gaps between sections. Oh, look at that. Ah, fucking. Oh, fuck off. Man, like just... you can... you know, in a lot of situations, like earlier on, you can actually just straight lock things at bay. Woo! Fuck off. Fuck off. Yeah, I'm setting things on fire now. How do you like that? Oh, fuck off. I ran out of fire. The stabbings. Eat my ass. Pew pew! Yeah, we let the boob mucus go weird. We let it get moldy and strange. Yeah, and then we just, oh, it's weird. We put it on everything. Fucking melt that shit. Again, enemies where it makes sense that they have, oopsie daisy. Time to hunt. Time to hunt. I just don't think there's ever going to be a point, you know, until we have like full tilt pocketable plasma beams, there's just no point. There's never going to be a time where we don't need to be able to get fire over there. Oh, fuck off. Fucking army chads. Yeah, go away. They're called privates. No one even cares if you live or die. They're gonna turn you into like alien food, you butt plugs. Ah. Big Hadouken. That does not knock him down. Butterscotch. Ooh. Fuck off out of my life. Die, die, die. Ah. The real monster is man. Fuck off. Woo! Well, I mean, like, you know, milk sort of makes sense. Like, we suck a tit and it keeps us alive. Other things suck other tits and it keeps them alive. Ah, there it is. There's the neck throw. So you can see, like, how that would just translate. You're like, well, I'm gonna, you know, I don't have any other tits around, so I'll just have that thing as tit juice. And then, you know, it's alright. It's not bad. It's sweet, you know. And after a while, we evolved to enjoy it. Oh, Lord. Fuck off. Fuck right off. Yeah, I hope they trained soldiers to use those power loaders. Otherwise, I've just been straight murder and tradies, which I don't think's fair. Like, oh, butter. Queer Kiku. Ah, sucked in. I found your Pepsi shipment. Oh. Oh, the slow-mo neck throw. Look at it. I feel like sometimes that could have a shorter charge time. Also, I don't think I can get it off of, I don't think, like, while I'm in the air or something that counts, which is sort of a bummer. Alright, here's how you want to get it done. Like, once you've got everyone over that side and a reasonably loaded gun, it's, you know, it's like the Spanish fight in the Aztecs. You know, just bottleneck them. Oh, beans. I wanted that fucking super magazine. Fermented mare's milk from Mongolia. Ugh. Pew 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 pew. Look at you, Mr. Fancy Pants Corporal. Think you can get away without me shooting you? Huh? I don't think so. I don't think cockroaches lactate. Oh, fuck off. Excellent. Alright, look, I can see your fucking little gun nubbin over that side. Don't fucking... It's raining men! I'm being chest bukakied. Chest bukakis! Just shoot them all. There is no god, so you're gonna have to form an orderly queue. Oh, get fucked. Kumis? I love it when all the punching I've been doing it was all to end madness. That's so much nicer. Gunner's so smart. Why won't it fight me? Yeah, that's a good point. One-on-one. You know? 1v1 me. Something like that needs to happen. I mean, like, I suppose there was that movie where I can't remember the name of it, Upgrade or something, where the guy gets the chip in his head, and the chip's like, hey, I'm your friend, and then it turns out the chip just needed a body. The Lynn Kurosawa gun. It solves problems you didn't know you had. Fucking Hadoukens. I don't know if, like, she learned Hadoukens or what, or if just androids come with Hadoukens built in the future. No, not knife. Fucking thank you. I always do that. Whoopsie doodle. Bit of violence. Look at that. Yum yums. No, yeah, Hadouken kick. Fuck. It didn't become his friend. The chip took his brain over. It put him into, like, a pleasant dimension. And that was it. Floating machine. Oh, that's not great. That's... Butterscotch. So, like, you know, yeah, no. DP. It literally, again, I watched the movie. It literally ended with the chip taking him over. Like, the chip wanted a body. Scratch. Fuck you. My one regret is that I cannot powerbomb the alien queen. Bottom rammers. Alright, that was an inopportune time for a fucking DP. Yeah. Tantrum. She grabbed my... Don't hump me. I don't like Stick Predator. I like this Predator because his fucking weapon's better. You know, like, what is it? I don't know what it is, but the other guy's weapon is Stick. And Stick's just less interesting. Ooh. No. It's like an actress dodging Harvey Weinstein. Ah, DPs. They clear the swarm out. I don't believe cockroach milk is real. Insects don't lactate. Something may come out of a cockroach that might look like milk, but that's not cockroach milk. Alright. Just had a great old time with the predators. And so we get with the idea that, you know, maybe we crash the ship into the bit of Earth that's keeping all the I mean, again, like, aliens, man, like, I see them as like bed bugs. I could never be comfortable that we got all of them. Because all they do is just fold up and wait. Like, you know that's what they'll do. Yeah, and like, we get stuff. I like that the Predators accept that. Predator 2 is such an underrated movie. Really fucking good. And they just, you know... He won. And they were like, well, there you go. Here, have a fucking cool gun we took from one of you before. Yeah, almond milk's just white crap that comes out of squeezed almonds. It's just any goo that's white we call milk. Because it's that'll come. You know, what are the two fucking... you know, fluids that we usually deal with that are white? It's milk and cum. God, there's a fucking... bullshit. That's insane. There's a fucking cockroach that live birth? Alright, the aliens were miraculously annihilated. That's fucked up. I literally have never heard of that. I don't know. That I miss putting in my fucking... my name. and that's Alien versus Predator. And it's fucking rad. Yeah, but like that's the thing. We call it milk and magnesia. Like, again, you got to think of things that we commonly deal with. The androids in fucking the Aliens movies are like filled with milk, but we don't call milk android goo because we don't deal with android goo. It's milk or cum. Those are the two things. And cum isn't really white exactly. Like, it's kind of more mother of pearl. And, you can tell it's got that thing where it's like there's the liquid and the other stuff. And it's like, clearly, there's a difference. It's more of a solution. Upgrade, yeah. No, Upgrade's a good movie. I actually really enjoyed it. Had some great fights. And it's like, they really conceptualized the fights well in terms of how they approached, a guy fighting with something else, just a robot using his bits. Like, the bit where he finally just accepts it and switches on. That was a fucking great scene. It's really solid. So yeah, that was Alien versus Predator, and hopefully you'll have picked something up about why, like just how that's different from more modern brawlers, like River City Girls and stuff like that. Yeah, I do love that they're filled with, like, that was a weird, like I saw Alien when I was pretty young, and it's a really weird scene. Like the whole thing of Ash being an android is such a trip. Just gets hit and he just starts vomiting milk everywhere, and you just, like, as a kid, you're just sort of watching, like, you don't, you don't expect milk vomit when someone gets hit, and then there's like the little things that look like condoms full of air and stuff like that they're filled with. It's fucking weird. I like that though. I like it when someone's conceptualization of something is sort of fairly new and unique, and at least you can understand that they're filled with something. Like it's not just going to be air or whatever the shit. So it's like, all right, they're filled with some kind of like interstitial fluid that keeps them lubricated or whatever. Yeah, it's a better version of Venom. I'd absolutely say that. I actually thought that the Venom guy was like whoever was fucking in Venom was the guy. I love that there's wipes in this. That's so good. Yeah, I thought the Venom guy was the guy. I can't remember the names. They are identical, though. It's really fucking weird. Like, it's strange. Imagine someone else just running around with your face. Like, I'm okay now that, like, fucking H.R. Geiger's dead. Like, I don't have to share a face with an existing person anymore. But yeah, so the key things I really want to go on about with this is make your characters different. Give your characters different things and different abilities that they can do. And don't be afraid to lock stuff behind stuff. That's if every character can do the same thing, there's no characters. It's like when I can't remember which one it was. Like it was me and Aaron was streaming some Dark Souls or something, and someone was like flipping out because we weren't going around and finding like there was a a hidden thing behind a thing and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, because we don't know it's there. We have no reason to sort of explore. We have different brains. I might be thinking, when I'm playing, I just want to get to wherever the next campfire is, and then I'll radiate out and do a bit more exploring. And it's key to the value of discovery that you can miss things. If you can't miss things, there's no discovery. If you can't do things that someone else can or can't, and if you can't do things that someone else can, there's no variety. There's no difference. And I kind of wish, like Streets of Rage 4, I think is a really good step in the right direction in terms of brawling. Or really, I suppose I call them beat 'em ups now, just because sweet cash for Gabes. Just because now that there's more games like Smash Brothers, really, I feel like they've just taken Brawler. That's fine. They can have that. That's okay. So beat 'em ups. I'd like to see them come back because I think I'd like to see a little more combining, like I feel like some of the RPG elements and some of the learning new attack elements would be really good and could fit in really well. I just like, again, I didn't like the basic function of River City Girls was good, but I can't even remember what boss it is I got up to. I was in like a hole or something, but like they lent so heavily into the RPG elements that fighting took fucking like knocking anybody down. For good, like knocking him out, just took fucking forever, and it just drags, and the characters are identical, and once you've unlocked the attacks, and like really, if you unlock the good attacks, you should start to be a fairly solid beast to a lot of these, things, and it just none of them did enough damage. Um, and I think like probably the environment was a bit too small, like so you were retreading areas constantly. Well, I understand, you know, maybe it is a really good item. Like there's a great weapon just over there, and you're right near it, and you're not seeing, you're not thinking to go look over there. But again, particularly for something like the Soul series, the value of the Soul series is you play it differently. Your builds are different. Your characters are incredibly different. If you want to be a big chunky boy who can wear Havel armor and swing a big heavy sword, you need to spec that. And specking that means you basically don't get to do, you don't get to run around shooting magic fireballs or whatever. Yeah, so then, I feel like that's it. There's a basic degree of cowardice in a lot of game design where they'll just not commit themselves to that sort of difference, um, which is frustrating. They don't want to lock anything away in case someone goes, I want that now. I want I just want the two sword attack. And it's like, well, then fucking have another game. Um, yeah, that is, I mean, really, aside from maybe Battle Circuit, which I would like to do as well, and probably Sengoku 3, just because it's beautifully animated. I mean, I don't think Sengoku 3 does much differently, but I think it's just a good example of stuff that's already been done, but, leaning into things like really well animated characters and stuff like that. But like Alien vs. Predator, the character, you just cannot approach the game the same way with each of the character archetypes. So kind of the Predators you sort of can, but you know, I don't know. I haven't played Skyrim, but yeah, it's like again, it's to appease greedy baby players. They're like, I want all the things. It's like, well, do a different build. Like I don't think I've ever cast a spell in any Dark Souls game, and I'm not sitting around going, oh, why can't my big heavy mallet guy not shoot fucking fireballs? And it's like, well, because it's different, you know. And like I probably wouldn't really sort of enjoy the way the game would be played if, I was having a really light spec guy. I like to just sort of run up to something and just fucking try and kill it before it kills me. Um, Usually with as little thought as possible. But yeah, there's another. What is it? There's another little indie brawler thing that trademark that rundown something along those lines. The trade-off, I think it might be the trade-off. It's not bad. Like it does the basics well, but it's sort of, it's just walk forward punch, and you've got like a spinny lariat attack for when you get surrounded. But again, yeah, just it really has to have that thing where you think about, okay, how do I make each of these characters a different experience, and also load them up with stuff. The other really good brawler, but I don't kind of count it because it's a modern game and it's an indie, it's a Beats of Rage game, is the Redux of Night Slashers X, which is A, gloriously violent, and B, the characters have really huge movesets. So there's charge attacks, there's different direction grapples for each character, or at least like the main guy that I use. Your attacks get more powerful when you get like only a little bit of health left, stuff like that. So, like today when I was playing, just before, and I discovered that the Predators have like a jump, and then if you push jump again in the air while holding down, you do a blanket ball that's multi-hit, and it spears down. And so, 26 years, 26 years, and I've played through that game a lot, and I didn't know there was a ball. That's the mark of a great game, and it's rose-colored glasses that have people saying that like Streets of Rage 2 was a fantastic brawler in the sense of brawlers. It was probably the best brawler ever on the fucking Mega Drive, arguably one of the best brawlers for the 16-bit era on the consoles. Although I think there'd be reasonable competition with something like maybe Final Fight 3. But like it has great music. It has music that would compete, but it doesn't hold a candle to games like Alien vs. Predator. It's walk around, fight, Alien vs. Predator shit I'm still finding like fucking 26 years later, which is marvelous. Alright, you guys can work on designing an artificially intelligent Aaron. Chronicles of Mystara. Yeah, there's a Beats of Rage actually, which I'll just look up. So I want to remember the name of it. Not Beasts of Rage, you stupid prick. I'll just look up Open Bore. Rise of Warduke, that's it. That's really worth downloading as well, because someone put a lot of effort into Rise of Warduke. I might do that actually. I might do a couple of the open ball games as well. So whenever Aaron's broken, which will, let's face it, be frequently, I'll probably do another Brawler. So I'll do Battle Circuit next, just because I think it's sort of worthwhile comparing and contrasting the two. Battle Circuit's another one that had a lot of effort put into it. Then Sengoku. I'll do some Beats of Rage stuff. I mean, I think Night Slashes X has a few little graphics glitches here and there, but aside from that, it's very well built. There's also a He-Man one, which is not an amazing brawler, but I think it's a very well presented overall package. I don't know, my beard's a little more streamlined than Brian Blessed. I like to try and keep it, neat, so I don't look like a fucking berserker. Alright, but that's me for the evening. It is... Oh, look at that. Managed an hour and 10 minutes. That has been the terrific Alien vs. Predator. I recommend you can just download MAME, download... okay, one thing. If you do download the Alien vs. Predator ROM separately, you will probably need to download the Q-Sound thing. So basically, MAME, after a certain point, updated to use the Q-Sound drivers properly, and that means you get really good the Capcom stereo Q-Sound. So you need the Qsound_HLE BIOS file, which will have DL1425.bin in it. You put those two, that and the Alien vs. Predator ROM. Modern ROM sets have been updated, so they'll be in there, but if you don't feel like downloading a fucking 55 gigabyte MAME full set, then you'll need to you'll need to just Google, Qsound BIOS, and you'll have to open the zip file and have a look inside. Just make sure it's the DL1245. There's one that's such as Qsound.bin, that won't work. That's the old one. Yeah, definitely play it yourself. Absolute fucking classic game, and it should be sort of one of those things that, like, it's important to play old things so you can see the space in between, because that's where you see how things developed and changed. Alright, now, remember, sign up for the Patreon and get, like, other stuff. I've almost finished Separate Vocations. I've been trying to just get more of the audios done, because I just want to, I kind of paused writing for a second just to try and, I really want to get caught up on the fucking audios, just so if I'm caught up, then that problem is solved. Yep, alright. Good night.